Mystical Being, welcome to my channel. My name is Hayley and thank you so much for allowing me to join you on your journey today. And if you are a returning Mystical Being, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my videos. Your presence is greatly appreciated along my path in my journey. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some unique ways to manifest, some uncommon ones that I found to be pretty successful for me, but I don't see many people talk about. But before we get into it, don't forget to click like and subscribe, join our tribe, become a Mystical Being today. A large percentage of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. There's like 72% of you or something like that. So what are you doing? Subscribe, join the tribe, become a Mystical Being today. Also, while you're clicking subscribe, make sure you check out my link tree down below. It'll take you to my website where I offer private tarot readings, Reiki sessions, and spell work I could do for you. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram, and there's also a free Facebook group you can join, link down below. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Let's get into the video. So the first one that I'm going to talk about, some of you may have heard before, some of you may haven't, which I didn't hear of this before until maybe last year sometime, which is to braid your hair. A lot of cultures, religions, spiritual expressions, they involve the hair a lot. Some cultures believe you should never cut your hair because your hair holds all your wisdom. Other cultures believe you should cut your hair more ritually to represent cycling the new knowledge. There's so many things you can do with your hair. But I found for me that braiding my hair, sometimes, I'll think of an intention or maybe an affirmation for healing or for like a glamour spell, also really great for glamour spells. I'll just braid my hair and I'll focus on the manifestation. I'll say it out loud. If it's an affirmation, I will say that affirmation over and over and over again while I braid my hair. And I found, especially if you're going to sleep with these braids, it really is useful. Your hair holds, I believe your hair holds wisdom and knowledge, and I feel like that's why when we go through really big life changes, most of us feel called to cut our hair. It's because it's that symbolism of like, that portion of my life is gone, or, that era of my life is over. I want to cut my hair to express my new self. So we put a lot into our hair. So simply braiding it and putting your manifestation into it, maybe having a little ritual for yourself where you have a moment with your hair, you honor and appreciate your hair and the wisdom that you have had, and then you say your affirmation or your spell work as you braid your hair. So another really great technique I like to do is to enchant my incense before I do any kind of spell work, manifesting, meditation. Even if I'm just going to burn the incense so my house smells good, I will hold and put an intention into that incense. So a lot of incense have specific names. So for example, I have one that's called Open Roads, and the purpose of that incense, it's a blend of different herbs and spices that are supposed to open new doorways, help stimulate the mind so you can access those doorways if you're meditating, stuff like that. So that right there, already that incense is coming with an intention. It's coming with a purpose to you, but you can always, as usual, put your own essence, your own energy, your own magic into it. You can do this with aromatherapy, simple house candles. Like if you just have a cupcake candle you love in your house, you can just put your intention, your manifestation and affirmation, we're manifesting here, so however this applies to your path, and just put an intention over it, meditate with it, and then when you're doing spiritual activities or you just want to raise the vibration in the room you're in, light that candle, light that incense, put that diffuser on. You have already put so much essence and beauty into that product alone that, especially with smells, our mind is so triggered by smells. I smell the smell, which is really random. Whenever I smell sawdust that's used to clean up puke, like when kids vomit, it puts me into like my memories of being in preschool, and I actually get nostalgic feelings from the smell of sawdust vomit cleaner. So, smells are pretty powerful, and they can link us to a lot of emotional states, which when you are trying to manifest, you do want to get into those emotional states, those higher vibrational states, those nostalgic feelings. So having scents that make you feel good are really essential to manifesting, and a really simple way to manifest too. So continuing with the idea of enchanting an item, I would recommend, you know how people say you should meditate in the morning and at night? This I recommend doing, enchanting the first beverage or first food item you are consuming in the day, and enchanting, manifesting, charging the last food or drink you have of the night of that day. there is something about the first drink or the first item and the last item of the day. When you enchant that, put your intention into it, manifest with it, especially when you're doing this like daily, there's something about that commitment, that consistency. It's like a constant reminder for your subconscious. You're starting your day thinking about it, manifesting it. You're ending your day thinking about it, manifesting it. And then on top of that, going into the astral. Imagine if you enchanted an incense or a smell of some kind, you braided your hair, and then you enchanted your first and last item of the day. Like, that's a lot of commitment and dedication to your spell work, to your manifestation, and it's just simple daily actions. I feel like when we think about manifesting and spell work and all this stuff, we put so much practice, or so much pressure, I should say, on the like woo-woo aspect of it, the aesthetic part of it, when it can be something as simple as pouring your first cup of coffee, holding it in your hands, putting your intention into your day, speaking into it. So for example, if I had my coffee, I'd be like, I call upon my spirit guide to the highest love, light, and vibration to please step forward. Please ensure that my day is beautiful, blessed, protected, whatever I'm trying to manifest or think about for that time in my life. And then I'll, stir your beverage clockwise, because clockwise brings it into your life. Counterclockwise banishes it from your life. So if you want to get rid of something, counterclockwise. So you stir it, and then you drink it all, and you have just done a spell, done a potion, right? That sounds kind of cool when you say it like that. You made a little potion. But doing things like that, it shows, because the universe wants to see dedication, but when it comes to bigger dreams, bigger goals, bigger aspirations, it can be kind of difficult to figure out how to show that daily dedication besides the basics, meditating, writing in a journal. Sometimes those things can get mundane, so having little daily rituals like I've listed so far can really help show your commitment without you really even feeling it. So I want to recall back to the smells and the scents. So we talked about enchanting candles, aromatherapy diffusers, incense, stuff like that. But now let's talk about perfumes and scents you wear on your body. So there's a whole thing with perfumes, essential oils, stuff like that, that when you put them on your skin, it will actually change the scent of that item. So yes, you might be wearing wild orange and vanilla essential oil on you, but because your body, your chemicals, and your pheromones are interacting with it, it's going to change the scent a little bit, make it more accustomed to you. So what I'm saying here is you should wear scents that make you feel like you're in that manifestation. So if some of you are trying to manifest love, for example, wear a smell that makes you feel lusty, sexy, maybe makes you feel confident or attractive. Maybe rose, a floral scent, maybe something deeper, more musky if you're a guy, or whatever you want to wear. There's no gender on perfumes and colognes. But, wearing scents that make you embody it. So you have your outside influences, your candles, your incense, but now it's time to physically put it on you and embody that. If you want to be a business, maybe an entrepreneur, there has to be a smell that makes you feel like, yeah, like I would wear that scent if I owned my business, or these smells together, these essential oils on my skin together makes me feel like an empowered person to have a career, to have a job. Maybe you like the smell of peppermint. Maybe peppermint is really stimulating for you, makes you feel like you can get things done, and you're trying to manifest productivity. Boom, wear that on your skin, burn it around you. Really play into the sense, the olfactory, because like I mentioned earlier, my goodness, I get really passionate and channel in these videos, and sometimes I fuck up my words. But the scents just really anchor and help you embody it. It's really different from visualization for me, because I'm more of you take those tests in school, they tell you if you're a visual learner or a hands-on learner. I'm an auditory learner, so I learn through music and stuff like that. So for me, my learning style is a little bit different, so I interpret the world differently. Sense and auditory are really big things for me to manifest and ground. So I'm just showing you a different way, a different perspective to do these things. But let's get into the last motion here, our last manifestation. So this one I really love, especially for those of you who like to feel and touch and see something that can remind you of your manifestation and things like that is an object. Create something that reminds you of the spell work, of the manifestation, of the process. So I like to, even though I'm not that good of an artist, I like to create. I like to make paintings. I like to, craft little things I find in nature. Most of the items in my room, if you've watched my older videos, I've talked about this before. A lot of my witch tools and my manifestation tools are things that I have made myself and things I enjoy using that cost me no money. So really crafting and creating like vision boards. If you are into stuff like that, like Pinterest, you can create a vision board that shows what your manifestations are, and you can have that up hanging somewhere to remind you. I cut out and make collages just with pictures and words and symbols that remind me of my manifestations, goals, and things like that. And not only does it remind you, but it allows your spirit guides to show you those specific symbols to let you know you're working on and accomplishing those dreams. Like one of the things I put on my 2022 vision board, my manifestation board, was the Empress card, right? And whenever I do readings, and I've been doing readings for a while, I don't really ever get the Empress card to represent myself or any of my goals or my dreams. This is for my personal readings. But ever since, I have put that on my 2022 vision board, and what the card means for me and stands for me, my spirit guides will pull that freaking picture up everywhere I go, whether it's in an actual reading or it's just a picture I see online, or I'm in a store and they have a cup that has the Empress on it for some reason, like things like that. It allows your spirit guides to interact with you and let you know, okay, things like this are happening. If you make a painting with a certain kind of object, or you sculpt something, or you find a crystal or a rock that really means something to you and reminds you of that manifestation, carrying it with you in your pocket all the time. And these are just little things you can do that can really anchor these things into reality and prove and show the universe that you really want these things to happen. And it's daily things you can do. It takes minimal effort to take a minute to enchant your coffee or your water, whatever your first drink of the day is, stir it and then drink it. And it's meaningful and it has deep meaning to you. And that's why it's so powerful to find more unique and simple ways to manifest, because we put so much pressure on ourselves to have the aesthetically pleasing spell work or the aesthetically pleasing ritual, and I have to do it this way and I have to make sure that it's like this, and it doesn't have to be that way. I'm a big believer. A lot of my spell work and manifestation work has gotten so simple as my path has continued. Some people it's the opposite. Some people, they get more complicated. But for me, I have found that my manifestations work best with the least amount of like pizzazz to them. My candle spells, for example, I used to for my own personal use, I used to douse them and spend so much time just crafting the spell itself. And it's it doesn't have to be that way. For my clients, when I do spell work for them, I do it that way because I feel called to do it for other people that way. But when it comes to my own path, my own craft, and everything like that, I don't feel the need to overcomplicate things, because for me, I'm just a very straightforward, simple, person. I'm just right to the chase. I'm blunt. I don't need the extra stuff. So really, another great way, I guess, now that I'm bringing this up, is to really learn yourself and how you function, how you kind of flow, because that'll help you manifest as well, figuring out how you flow. You can find these ideas and inspirations from other people in the spiritual community, but really figuring out how you function and how you flow and how you manifest is really going to speed up the process in general. Alright, mystical beings, well, that's going to conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, join the tribe, become a mystical being today, help a sister out, join our tribe, please. Also, don't forget to check out my links down below to my website, book a tarot reading service with me, everything like that. Follow my Instagram. Also, make sure you join the Mystical Beings Facebook group. We'd love to have you there. And I'm sending you all so much love and light. Take care.